So over the last week, the markets have been in a bloodbath. But here's where perspective makes the biggest difference when it comes to either viewing the market in total fear and leaving the entire space, or positioning oneself in their high conviction plays for potential massive returns, while of course managing risks when the market turns around, and especially when liquidity flows into the markets, because we always need to remember that markets work in a counterintuitive manner. So in my opinion, and once again, none of this is financial advice, all I'm doing is I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions here. But during times of fear, or when the markets are boring, these generally offer some of the best entry points into projects, since major pullbacks are very common when the market is in fear. And what often follows, and of course this is not guaranteed, are explosive bounce backs as people pour money back into the markets to recoup their losses and look to make additional gains. So here are a few projects that I think could be big winners coming out of this major pullback. And of course, this is not a full list, but I just want to name a few in this video. So in the comments below, let me know if your project was covered in this video. And if it wasn't mentioned, share what projects you were buying while the market was in a downturn. So this first project that I'm about to talk about is one that I've never talked about on my channel before. This very first project is called Blocky Boy. Now, Blocky Boy is a Matt Fury character from his most recent book, Cortex Vortex. And if you're familiar with some of the main characters, such as Beast Seller and Mindfact, both of those projects have ran into 7 million and over 12 million respectively. And right now, the market cap of Blocky Boy is only sitting at a $244,000. So if Blocky Boy was to get to the all-time high Mindfact, which is about 12 million, that would be about a 50x from here. But once again, that's not guaranteed. I'm just sharing, some of the potential that exists, especially for Matt Fury characters that belong to the Cortex Vortex narrative. And if you look at Blocky Boy here, you could see that he is created out of blocks. And you know what? He actually reminds me, and I would imagine that this would probably remind you if you're a gamer as well, as somebody that could fit into the game Minecraft. Because if you look at the design of Minecraft, they really made this entire blocky design very, very popular among the general population right here. So in a lot of ways, that's how I believe that a lot of people will view Blocky Boy in terms of how they relate to it, simply because of how big the game Minecraft was back in the early 2010s here. So really cool to see that Blocky Boy draws inspiration from Minecraft. So once again, that's just my opinion there. But moving on, let's have a look at Blocky Boy here. So born from a pixelated glitch in the blockchain, Blocky Boy wasn't smooth, shiny, or aerodynamic. He was, well, blocky. While others' coins flex utility and promise real-world use cases, Blocky Boy just vibed. He stacked himself over and over again until he became an unstoppable tower of pure meme energy. So rumor has it, he once bricked an entire rug pull with nothing but his squared off fist. So another time he blocked FUD so hard that a whale had to rage quit. So that's a little backstory about Blocky Boy, but there's several things that makes me really, really bullish about this project, and which really came onto my radar. So once again, I'll leave the link to this website in the description, as well as in the pinned comments. So feel free to check it out to learn more about things such as its technomics and where to buy it. It is built on Ethereum, so you could buy it on Uniswap, and all that information will be in the description below, as well as in the pinned comments. But if you go to the X page right here, you can see that right now their X account has close to 700 followers, and they had some really, really bullish news. The very first one is this one right here, where Matt Fury liked one of Blocky Boy's posts. So this one was actually created right here by What Is Crypto on, let's have a look at the date, October 18th here. So if you haven't had a chance to follow What Is Crypto, absolutely amazing content creator, make sure to check out his work there. But here's the post that he has right here. So I don't think the market has caught on yet. Matt Fury himself liked a post from Blocky Boy. So go on their X at Blocky Boy ETH and check for yourself. So the argument of Blocky Boy is an American character no longer exists, and this is fully confirmed by this post right here, the screenshot where it shows Matt Fury liking the post from Blocky Boy. So this is really awesome to see that confirmation by none other than Matt Fury himself. So going back to the X page, is that this project is about 2 months old, and just today they got their first central exchange listing. And you can see right here 7 hours ago that Blocky Boy was listed on XT exchange here. So super awesome to see Blocky Boy get listing. So awesome to see this, especially when it comes to these Matt Fury meme coins, where a lot of them don't have any sex listing, but within a 2 month period they've already got the first one. So I would imagine that they will continue to get more listings there. And also in terms of exposure, they have been published on this Binance blog right here. So I'll also leave the link to this blog post for you if you're interested in reading it. So moving forward, you can see that they post very regularly as well. So this was 7 hours ago about their listing on XT, for example. Another one 17 hours ago. There's one on Biconomy where they're doing an airdrop as well. And this is really bullish news that within the top 24 hours, Blocky Boy was trending on ETH alongside big names like Manuel and XPX 6900. And also you have other notable KOLs such as Crypto Ads and as well as Christina. And if you keep on going, there is more KOLs that talk about Blocky Boy here. So really good to see that their marketing is really strong. Their team is on point. And on top of that, they are actively getting listings as well. So that's one of the reasons why I'm super bullish on this project. And if you go to the chart, as I mentioned, the market cap is sitting at $244,000. You can see that just very recently it ran up quite hard from a market cap of about $80,000 all the way up to over $1.5 million, doing about an 1,800% gain. So that's about an 18x during a period of about 1 week. And you see that since then it's had a major retracement right here, which is pretty much normal. Let's actually have a look at the pullback right here. So usually, meme coins pull back anywhere between 70 to 90%. This is a pullback of about 83% right here. So typically that's what, I like to see after a big massive run up, is that you see people take profits here. So you don't top blast it and buy at the top here. And then this usually offers a zone of consolidation that we should see forming in this area right here, which in my opinion, once again, not financial advice, could be a good area to DCA into this project here. So that's why I'm sharing this project right now, simply because this could be right here, roughly around the 200K mark for its market cap. That could be forming, at least over the next couple of days. And once again, we have to see a strong floor of support here. So that's why when I looked at this project from, many points of view, especially the chart right now, this could be that area of DCAing and consolidation, especially after a major pullback, that may serve as a good entry point. And the other project I was keeping my eye on is Midas the Minotaur. Now, we did cover Midas the Minotaur last week here in depth here, but it's important to touch base on it again. Once again, the mission of Midas the Minotaur is to become the bull mascot of this bull run, because if you look at all the different mascots that exist out there, for example, Bitcoin has a mascot in Biddy. Also, the base chain has a mascot in Toshi, and the Pump.Fun platform has a mascot in Pumpy or Cupsy, whichever one you want to choose. But when we look at the bull run itself for this year, there's not a main official mascot yet, and that is the main mission that Midas the Minotaur is looking to fill in here. So the name of Midas the Minotaur perfectly describes all of us degens here in this space. So Midas, for those who don't know, is based on a Greek king where everything that he touches turns into gold, and that is pretty much the main goal of every crypto investor here, is that every project that they pick hopefully turns into profits. So also the Minotaur part of the name means half bull, half human. So of course, since we are part of a bull run here, that describes our inner nature is to be, participating in this bull run here. So, super awesome to have a name that has meaning here. So really awesome to see. And if we jump to the charts, right here. And actually going back once again to this to their webpage, is that one thing that really sticks out is their team is full of experienced people. So it's a very unique mix of doctors, lawyers, business executives, marketing executives, and they have tons of business when it comes to operating high stake businesses. And that's exactly what we want to see. That a team is, when they're behind a project, they know exactly what they're doing, and this team here has a lot of experience when it comes to running businesses. So going off to the chart here, the market cap of Midas right now is sitting at a $4.5 million market cap, and the last time we covered it, it was sitting around about, I believe, around a $6 million market cap, and it was on an uptrend, but because of what had happened in the markets, everything kind of took a hit, and it broke trend here, and it started trending a little bit down, with a pullback, just like how most other projects have, to its current market cap of $5.5 million. But if you look at how the entire market was responding, you have altcoins that actually went down a lot more than Midas. So Midas, considering that it's a meme coin, especially a low cap meme coin, held very, very well here. So that's one of the things that when I was looking at the chart, the community is super strong behind this project here. And just to give you an idea of the potential of a bull meme coin, there was, or it still is, a bull meme coin here named MEMECOIN the Bull here, which belongs to the 4chan narrative and also part of the Pepe verse here. So and I'll show you this graph again, that last year in July of 2024, it ran from a market cap of under $10 million all the way up to an all-time high of over $800 million, doing 133x. So especially when it comes to these bull meme coins, it's already been proven that bull meme coins can do extremely well, especially when there's a ton of liquidity that pours into the market. And that's exactly what we're waiting for. But look at all those people right here for MEMECOIN the Bull that position themselves right here. And this is exactly what it reminds me of for Midas, is all those early entries that will be coming in if, right here, for example, and let's say that we do get that massive pour in of liquidity, then it could absolutely fire up into some astronomical numbers, like how we saw MEMECOIN the Bull do, over $800 million in terms of its market cap, and providing those people here an opportunity for 100x gains or more. So let's go ahead and jump to the X page right here. Well, the X page, the last time I covered it, which was only a few days ago, they had under 2,700 followers, but now they have actually crossed that to have 2,732 followers. So you can see that their following count and community continues to grow. So really, really awesome. They have, a contest right here. So for free to check out their X page, and as well as, they're posting consistently 5 hours ago, for example, and this is really, really bullish. So it looks like they have their first billboard is up, and it's actually right here. So you go, if you're actually in San Diego, California, or maybe you could Google it, you could see that they posted or put up their first billboard on Lemon Grove Ave Freeway. So once again, this is a billboard that they physically put up in San Diego. So awesome to see that not only do they have a digital presence, but now they are spreading their wings into the physical world and having a presence in there as well. So if you keep on scrolling, you see this 20 hours ago, another KOL was talking about it. And also we have, Crypto Empress. She has a huge following, as you can see right here, over 100,000 followers. And she, created a space in which the Midas team joined, Crypto Empress's space there. So really good to see, that the Midas team is, collaborating with a lot of influencers that have a large audience. And also this is absolutely bullish as well, and, touches on the seriousness of the Midas team to continue to make this a successful project, is that they filed for IP protection. And the only project that I know right now that has filed for IP protection is Manual. So, really good to see. And of course, Manual is a lot higher market cap of about 30 million right now. But once again, it shows and demonstrates, how serious the Midas team is to, pushing this project forward and making it a success by filing this IP protection. And one meme coin that was really impressive during this massive pullback was Disco. And once again, I say impressive, but not surprised, because if we go ahead and we look at the charts here for Disco, we could see that it suffered a massive pullback right here when its market cap was about $2.7 million. And it just fell, over close to 60% to a $1.1 million market cap. But look how hard the community fought back to rally again, and just within a matter of 24 hours, it ran from a $1.2 million market cap all the way up to about $2.8 million market cap. And this is all while the entire market was experiencing that bloodbath due to, that $20 billion liquidation. And since then, this graph has been holding really, really strong. You can see right now that is sitting at a current market cap of $1.7 million here. But, this massive drop right here was created by somebody who sold off over $35,000 in a matter of a short period here. So that's what, caused the market cap to drop from, about $2.7 million market cap all the way down to about $1.2 million market cap. But once again, one of the things that we look for when it comes to a really solid project is how well does it bounce back after experiencing, tough times and adversity. And this was its first real test right here. And, it passed it, in my opinion anyways, with flying colors. So once again, hats off to the community and to the supporters of Disco here. So if you're not familiar with Disco, so Disco is this eggplant, half human, half eggplant, and is, described by Pepe and the Boys Club as the life of the party. And because of this close relationship and connection to Pepe and the Boys Club, that's why I believe that it's a super bullish reason that when, the attention pours back into Pepe and the Boys Club, then, it's also very easy for Disco to enter that conversation as well and to share some of that spotlight and get, that attention and liquidity flowing into this meme coin here. So if we were to look at right now, once again, the market cap of Disco is only sitting at 1.7 million. Some of the potential that exists for this meme coin, once again, it's not guaranteed, and none of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinion here. If we look at another Matt Fear meme coin from the Cortex Vortex narrative, and Manfac ran up to about a $12 million market cap at its all-time high, that would be a potential 6x from here. So of course the moon case is to compare it to Pepe. Pepe is sitting at over $3 billion. That would be a potential 1000x from here. And we have a look at Brett on base, that would be a potential 100x or more. And also Andy on Ethereum right now sitting at a $33 million market cap. That would be about 20x from here. But once again, nothing is guaranteed. I'm just sharing these potential benchmarks of what can potentially exist for Disco, especially when liquidity pours back into this market here. So going back to moving forward, actually going to its X page, you can see that only being about 1 month old here, that its X page in terms of its follower has almost 1,000 followers. So this is really, really awesome because for a lot of projects, especially only being a month old, very rare they have this, high following count, especially when it's done in an organic way. So, they do post regularly. This is 4 hours ago. And they also have, a lot of awesome KOLs talking about this project. And, one way to look at that is if you go to YouTube, for example, type in Disco Crypto, you'll notice that there is tons of coverage for Disco on YouTube here. So really great to see that the Disco team is working really, really hard to get massive exposure onto this project here. But once again, one of the most impressive things when it comes to this project was how resilient the community was, especially after this major pullback, and they fought back really hard to to really boost this project up again and to stabilize it. And right now it's sitting at a pretty healthy market cap of 1.7. So from here, there is a chance, once again, that I believe that I could go into a state of consolidation in this area, probably about the 1.5 to about the $2 million market cap. And if it does, once again, only time will tell. It could be potentially gearing up for its next leg up here. So once again, these are all the reasons why Disco really caught my eye. So once again, let me know in the comments whether you're part of the Disco community and did you participate in this massive rally up. Another project that showed incredible grit and resilience during this major pullback is Pandu Pandas. And right now, Pandu Pandas is sitting at a market cap of $11.5 million. And prior to the pullback, it was sitting about close to about $16 to $17 million market cap. And you could see that the large liquidation has pretty much affected all projects. So with Pandu here, it dropped 55% from its market cap of roughly 17 million all the way down to a market cap of $7 million. But since then, look how hard the community has rallied. So it rallied several times, and you can see it right here. So from about an $8 million market cap, it rallied all the way back up to a market cap of, give me a second right here, of about $14 million, doing about 63% gain here. So really great to see the community bouncing back and supporting this project really, really hard. And you can see that since then it's had another pullback, but also it fought back to create another local high than the previous one of close to $15 million. And then since then, we saw another retracement, because that's just how the market has been over the last couple of days, where it's kind of been, very volatile and fluctuating. And, from that $15 million market cap, it pulled back to about a $9 million market cap. And, over the last 24 hours, we saw the community and its supporter once again fight back to boost the market cap from about a $9 million market cap to its current market cap right here of $11.5 million. So this is really good to see that the community jump in action right here and continue to support this project. So once again, Pandu, in my opinion, is one of those meme coins that has an extremely strong community behind it, and also the team is doing an incredible job marketing. So it's just a bunch of chads running this particular project, and to many they consider Pandu as the primary beta play to Pudgy Penguins. And of course, Pudgy Penguins being in the billions, that leaves a lot of potential for Pandu to reach some really, really high valuations. But once again, it's not guaranteed, but it certainly falls into that really popular narrative of meme coin or NFT meme coins, especially ones that have a really strong cult-like following behind it. And Pandu looks to be having all of that form. So super bullish on Pandu. Another project that I was keeping my eye on was Dapper Dogos. Now, Dapper Dogos belongs to that popular narrative of NFT meme coins, very similar to Pudgy Penguins and to Pandu. So to a lot of people, they may see Doggos as the dog version of Pandu, for example, or the dog version of Pudgy Penguins. So certainly in a very, very popular and hot narrative. And this project has been out for less than 1 month, so exactly 20 days. So already, if you go to the X page, they already have close to 1,700 followers. So this project here is growing at a very, very rapid pace here. So really good to see, especially how we saw the community that is forming behind Pandu. This project Doggos certainly is following in the same footsteps there. So if it continues to grow at this pace here, it wouldn't be surprising that that Doggos begins to form its own cult-like following, very similar to how we see Pudgy Penguins have theirs, and also how we're seeing Pandu forming theirs as well here. So absolutely bullish on this project. And if you go to the chart right here, you can see that Doggos is only sitting at $1.6 million market cap here. So once again, if you look at the chart, it's only 20 days old, but it looks to be wanting to form some level of consolidation. And right here, if you actually look at this right here, we could see that there's a strong level of support roughly in about the 1.3 to the $1.4 million mark. And a big sign of that was right here when you saw this massive wick to the downside that dropped the market cap of Doggos back in October 10th from about a $3.3 million market cap all the way down to about $1.2 million market cap, but it got bought up really, really quick. So if you look at it, this could be its major floor of support here. So, once again, we would have to wait to see how everything plays out here, but I would not be surprised to see that a level of consolidation form in this area between the market caps of, let's say, a 1.25 million to about a $2 million market cap. And if that happens, then there is the possibility that it could be gearing up for its next potential leg up here. So once again, Doggos, in my opinion, is one of those plays that has explosive potential when liquidity and this bull run goes into full euphoria phase. And to wrap up the video, how could we forget about Biddy, which is the mascot for Bitcoin? So right now, Biddy is sitting at a market cap of $4.9 million. And right now you could see that it's just been ranging in this area right here for about the last month now. Between the market cap of, let's say, 4.5 to about an $8.5 million market cap. During this time, it's been forming some sort of floor of consolidation. If for whatever reason it's not able to hold that, then there's a possibility, it could fall down to about a $3 million market cap, and that would be a crazy DCA opportunity, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice, but even right now at a current market cap of 4.9 million, that seems to be at a super discounted price for Bitcoin mascot. We know how important and how popular mascots have been for this bull run and will be for this bull run, and also being the mascot of the OG crypto, which is Bitcoin. This mascot here, Biddy, will be relevant for this entire bull run and possibly beyond that. So once again, that's just my opinion, not financial advice. And I know that they had one major announcement, and it is this one here, because if you go to their website, this pop-up is the first thing that you see. So very bullish and exciting news right here that Biddy has been listed on its first exchange. So very recently Biddy was listed on Blowfin. So really awesome to see Biddy get its first central exchange listing here. So very similar to the other ones, Memecoins that get the first listings. Typically that's a sign that the team will continue to add more listings moving forward here. So once again, Biddy being the mascot of Bitcoin is one that I have on my radar, especially during this time where we have seen major pullbacks happen. So once again, none of this is financial advice, but I believe these are great opportunities to get in at those good prices. And once again, nothing in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own research. Also, crypto is risky, so as much as everything could go to the moon, it could go down to zero as well. So please invest responsibly. Also, I am not a financial advisor. So if everything in this video sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on that notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.